Lena, oh, hey, welcome to the.
Hello and welcome to the League of Extraordinary Fangirls. I'm Miaoyan, and I'm here with my lovely co-host LGZ and Adobo Girl. How you
Hey,
doing, ladies?
doing well.
Very
Doing
excited.
good.
Very excited. So today we are going to be talking about our favorite hidden gems or just gems in general on Netflix. So to get right into it, we're going to start with our favorite movies, our top 5 favorite movies that we like to watch on Netflix at any given time, starting with Homecoming. What do you guys think? Elle, I think you're muted.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, Homecoming is this super awesome movie. It's about Beyonce's road to Coachella, and after she had the twins, Rumi and Sir. So, I just want to tell you, this movie is like super awesome. It's like this whole journey where she's losing her weight and she's like going through all the trials and tribulations, learning all the dances, choreography, getting everything ready. It's like so awesome. And it's kind of like I actually like it a lot only because it's kind of more of like an in-depth, saying look at Beyonce's life. And like it's like, so she struggles just like everybody else. She has, saying the same type of issues that we all face as, women and whatever, and women in business, or women that have families. Like it's very personable, I guess. And it's like got a killer soundtrack. She's got all her songs, and then she also has the one that they play on the radio all the time. I don't listen to the radio very much, but the Before I Let Go, which is pretty cool. I'm kind of, I don't know how, I'm still getting into the song. I love it. I'm always like twerking when I hear it, but I'm still trying to feel it out a little bit, because I
It's
love. Yeah, so it's a good song, but I'm still filling it out. I have like this period, like 6 months, where I fill out songs. So, yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. I don't know. Have either of you ladies seen Homecoming?
I haven't seen the entire thing, but I've seen like several clips from it, and
Hmm.
I think I'm one day gonna go and watch the whole thing all the way through. But I thought that it was a very humanizing, like little documentary movie or whatever, because when you hear about Beyonce, it's always like Queen Bee and this larger than life figure and stuff like that. So I think it was really nice to see her in like as a normal person, it's like that was actually interesting to me. So the parts that I saw, especially the stuff about like the weight loss and stuff like that, I was like, wow, it's not like she just got it was interesting to say the least, just to see some of those clips and her journey to this huge stage and music event. What about you, Adobo Girl?
Well, honestly, I haven't seen that movie, but I want to see it now because uh Beyonce, you guys said the magical B word, so I'm actually looking it up right now. Like, wow, yes. How have I missed this? So I do want to see this now. This really what what part besides the weight loss, like how's the pacing on that movie? Because I saw Glitter or whatever Mariah Carey's movie was. Was that Glitter? I think it was Glitter. I don't know, way back when, and that just kind of like I don't know. So I saw it. I was like, maybe Queen Bee can make a better movie. I don't know, but is the pacing good? Like what in terms of pacing and story? How do you guys tell me more? Like, is it slow? Will I feel like I'm being dragged on the ground, or is it pretty fast?
No, I don't think and I've never seen Glitter, so I have no idea what Glitter looks like or
Don't watch
Glitter
it.
is.
It's all right
No.
not to ever watch that movie.
Okay. So yeah, no, I don't think, as far as like, being slow, no, because it's like real time and it's like real stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a documentary, you know what I'm saying? But it's, so I don't know, was Glitter a documentary? I'm not.
No, it was
No, it's just a bad movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
yeah.
no,
It's just a
then
bad
no, this is
movie.
totally different. It's like a documentary, and she's, you know, it's like going through the practices, you know what I'm saying, interacting with her family. There's this one part in there where, you know, she, well, I don't want to give it away, but there's this one part and she's doing this thing and then she calls Jay-Z on the phone, and it's just like, it's just thinking it, just that whole sequence of like her making the, you know, the phone call and everything, and it's just like so crazy because you're just like, man, is this how, you know, this is how they really live, this is like their life, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It was very interesting, you know what I'm saying? But I like I said, very personable film, and I was just like very excited. Like I said, music's off the chain. It was very good. I liked it. I think you'll like it too.
Okay. I'll definitely watch that then. That's cool. Thank you.
Yes. So the next movie on our list is Snowpiercer. I enjoyed this film, and Chris Evans is in it, so you know I watched it because I watch his films.
Okay.
But LGZ, you've seen Snowpiercer. I know. Adobe Girl, have you seen Snowpiercer?
Honestly, I watch Netflix mostly for comedy, so I'm learning from you guys today. Yes, yes.
Elle, what did you think about Snowpiercer?
Okay, so I don't even know when Snowpiercer came out. I have no idea. I didn't go into theaters. I don't remember it being in theaters. I don't remember. And I know we talked about this earlier. I think you said it didn't go into theaters. Just kind of like a, I don't know if it was straight to Netflix or
No,
what. But
it was really like an indie movie. Like
okay,
the first place
yeah,
I saw it was Netflix because that's where I watched it.
right.
But I don't think it went to theaters at all. It's definitely an indie movie.
Yeah, so just watching the movie and trying to like understand like all the different aspects of that movie. I mean, the movie is brilliant. Let's just be honest. The movie is brilliant. It's kind of more, it's like more, you know,
Hmm.
apocalyptical times, and it's just like it's real crazy, and it really kind of makes you think about like what the world would be like if you had to, like, you know, if something happened and what we would be dealing with and how we would be dealing with it. It's like it's really crazy, and it's like this, and it's same as in society. There are classes and it's tiered based on, you know, wealth and, you know, stuff like that, and of course poor people get the least and the rich people get the most. I mean,
Mhm.
but the way that they, you know, it's kind of interesting because it's like it really gives you on it, and it's all based on this train. So it's like, just think of your whole world and all of society on one train and different cars, like, but every car is something new and different, and, you know, whatever. And it's really good, but it really makes you think about what it is, you know, saying that we do as a society right now. But
Okay.
I love that movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
This
really
is okay. So this is the train movie. Actually heard of this movie. Yeah, I actually heard of this movie where it's a social commentary on the class system, like you said, but
good.
on a train. So instead of snakes on a plane, we got people on a train. Okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. Yes.
Yeah. But it's also kind of about climate change because obviously all this stuff has happened and it goes bad, and these folks on the plane are like the only humans left, kind of thing. And I also wanted to point out Octavia Spencer is in the movie, and Ed Harris are also in the movie, and both of them are phenomenal actors. And it's like a drama, but then it's action, but then it's like obviously the sci-fi aspect to it. So I think it is one of those movies that's like, go ahead, it's good, it's good.
Yes, I concur.
Yes.
So the next one, which I started watching today, but I haven't finished watching but I will go back and continue to watch the whole thing because it sucked me in, is Polar. And Polar, like I went into it and I was telling Elle about this that I thought was just like gonna be like this assassin film. And she's like, no, it's much more. It's much more. So Elle,
Yes.
tell us about Polar.
So so Polar is like a weird movie. So when I first watched this, and it was like, so it was last year when because I think it came out last year. But when I watched it, I was just kind of like looking at the screen, like, what in what's going on here? Like, it was so much. It was like so much going on, and so much like, drama and action and this and that. I was just like, the whole time I just kept saying WTF, WTF. Like, it was all over the place. And it's just like, what? Like, and I didn't even recognize the guy who's the main star. Like, this is like, I mean, but it's like and I think it is a Netflix film, so maybe I wouldn't recognize this guy. But I mean, I was just like, man, what does this dude do other than this? Like, because I want to like watch other movies, because man, it was just so action packed and just loaded with like, so people that don't know me, I really love action movies. Like, I love action movies a ton. And so when I see an action movie, it's like a knockoff John Wick. Just think about that, like a knockoff John Wick, but it's better almost. I don't know, like it's crazy, but like I'm
That's
telling
funny.
you, if you like action movies, you will love this movie.
I like how you put that, a knockoff John Wick. Okay, so all right, okay. I mean that's cool. Now I'm getting real hyped now. I'm trying to allot the times now to
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, like I said, I was watching it earlier, and obviously doing the research, I didn't know that this Polar is based on a graphic novel by Dark Horse Comics. So I'm like, now I gotta go find that comic because I want to see how it matches up with the film. So, because some movies like Wanted, for example, Wanted is based on a comic book. However, the comic book and the movie have some similarities, but the comic book is wild. So I'm pretty sure this graphic novel is wild. One, from what I saw earlier and what Elle like has told me, I'm just like, okay, yeah, we're in for a treat here. So definitely something to check out. The next one is Ali Wong, Cobra Baby, which I love her stand up. She is freaking hilarious.
Oh my
She
God,
is
girl.
hilarious. And I know that this is one of Adobo Girl's favorites. So Adobo Girl, can you tell us about this stand up?
Okay, Ali Wong. Ali Wong, yo. Where do I begin? She is so raw. Like, she's so raw. I mean, it's been about 2 years since this is out. Some people have seen it already, but if you haven't seen Ali Wong, I would suggest you go see it. It's how do I say this? Okay, yeah, I'm Asian. I'm biased. Okay, she's Asian too. However, I have never seen another stand-up comic since Margaret Cho. Ali Wong is was a writer on Fresh Off the Boat, and I didn't know she did stand-up. I just saw Netflix, and I usually look for stand-up something long but not too long, and I saw her. I was like, wait a minute, she's this pregnant lady doing stand-up. So I played it, and I never laughed so hard. She I can't all I can say is the pacing is great. She's kind of loud, she's kind of raw, she's pregnant. She does things that pregnant people physically, I don't see them do on a stage with a microphone. But if you haven't seen it, it's good. Have you guys seen it? I know Lena, Miao Yin, you've seen it already, but LGZ Queen TV, have you watched Ali Wong's Baby Cobra?
So here's my thing. I don't necessarily watch a lot of comedy, just in general. So I have not seen this.
Okay.
Although I have seen clips of this of the stand up with the pregnant chick. So I don't know. People say it's funny. I know you told me it's funny. So I'm gonna have to watch it. But I usually don't watch comedies. I'm usually like in action or anime in Netflix. So it's just kind of like I have to go and actually go watch it. But I mean, I like to laugh, so that helps.
Okay. Well, I like her first one because her first one, she really pushed the envelope. She has a sequel called A Hard Knock Wife, where I kind of felt she kind of what you call it? She was tapping the brake a little. I guess people didn't get the joke she was getting. So the first one is really, really, in my opinion, is really good. Second one's okay. The first one, and she's pregnant in both of them. So
that's what I thought was funny when she came back with the second one, because I was like, wait a minute, am I having deja vu? Like Netflix, I've already watched this, but no, it was because she has the same dress on too, I think. And I was like,
similar.
Netflix, I've already watched this.
Yeah, the first one she has like a it's similar. It's a white and black striped dress, and then the second one is a brown and white striped dress. You might as well wear the same dress almost, but it's similar. I mean, if anything else, like I don't really have a body of a god, maybe a little bit like Buddha or whatever, but like she has seriously validated me wearing a dress, like one of those like shift dresses, because I kind of got like a little food baby going on, and I just wear it proudly now. I can actually rock it without sucking it in. It's nice. So thank you, Ali Wong, for that. If you're watching this, know that I can wear a dress with my food baby. I can go to the buffet with the dress on and not worry, and you legitimize that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So
body positivity, baby. Body positivity is good.
Wait, is that like part of the gimmick though? It's like I'm curious to wonder if like the whole pregnancy bit is like part of her act, or like if she makes another one, is she gonna be like in another striped dress with the belly like that?
I don't know, but that would be interesting to see.
Legit, I'm hoping she gets pregnant again, man. She's really funny. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so sticking with the comedy, this one is one of my picks, and it is Naked with Marlon Wayans, Regina King, Loretta Devine, and some other folks in it too. But that movie was hilarious to me. It's kind of like a Groundhog's Day. He goes to sleep and he wakes up, and it's this his wedding day, and he keeps kind of making the same mistake until it's kind of like a Groundhog's Day-esque movie, but it's naked because every time he wakes up, he's naked in the elevator.
What?
So,
what?
Yeah. It's I don't know. Has either of you seen this film? It's a original Netflix film, and yeah, it's hilarious. Like I watched it because I grew up watching the Wayans brothers, and Marlon Wayans is always my favorite, and he always made me laugh, and he definitely delivered in Naked. And if you haven't watched it, and you want to see something silly that will make you laugh, it is a really good movie. It is a really good movie. And yes, he's naked in the movie, but they don't show the naughty bit.
All right, okay, let me cross that off.
There's some outrageous things that happen in the movie, but you don't see full frontal male nudity. I'll say that.
Okay. I know. I've actually never heard of it. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm interested now because I'm just like, okay.
Right. So, saying that, I know, Nanette or Adobo Girl, you said that you go to Netflix for comedy.
Oh yeah.
Where LGZ, you go to Netflix for like your action and your anime, and I'm kind of like right in the middle of those two. Like I'll watch comedy. I really love action. So I'm kind of like I jump around everywhere kind of thing. And to go to the chat really quick, Tanita Randall is asking for my hat. Hello, Tanita. Welcome to the broadcast. But ma'am, you cannot have this hat. Thank you. But so I watch both of them. So as we move into our next topics, what genre specifically in comedy or in action and anime do you like kind of gravitate toward? Movies, and like, does it have to be an action drama, or can it be an action comedy? Like what kind of, or for you, Adobo Girl, do you think that having comedy, but can it be action, or do you do stand-ups or stuff like that? Like tell me like what kind of those in movies, not actual, but like genre wise, you gravitate toward.
Well, I can just tell you my blood pressure is too high, so I usually watch comedies literally to simmer down. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of my it's a Netflix original. One of my favorite ones here is it's called The Comedy Lineup, and it's 15-minute stand up. Just because I'll watch it. Like this is basically it. I go home and I literally pass out. So I try to watch something short, so I can watch all of it before I fall asleep. And one of them is The Comedy Lineup, which is a bunch of they have 2 seasons. One comedian in particular, second season, I have to find her name. She's so funny. I think I watched her 15-bit like a bunch of times. Another one that I like to watch is called The Stand-Ups Around the World. Um, they're also 10-minute of stand-up comedians around the world. I saw this one comedian from the Middle East in a full hijab just talking about Middle Eastern jokes, and I was like, "Whoa, that actually translates!" And it was really funny. I was just curious. I was like, "Ooh, she's wearing jeans and a hijab. All right, let me see what this is about." So, but they have comedians all over the world. One of my favorite TV shows is kind of old. It's from the BBC that I really like. It's I think some people said it was it inspired the Big Bang Theory. It's called the IT Crowd. Have you guys ever heard of that show? IT Crowd is from the UK. Oh,
No, I've never heard of that one.
it's
Yeah,
kind of
me
funny.
neither.
It's okay. Well, if you ever watch it, my most favorite episode. This episode never gets old. If I really just need to laugh, it doesn't get old. It's second season, episode 1, and they go see a musical at the theater, and I'll leave it at that. And I you don't even have to watch the IT Crowd to know who these people are. That episode stands alone by itself as really like it's silly. It's super silly. Like if you've seen musicals, if you know people who are super fans of musicals, it totally rips on musicals and stuff, but it's funny. It's that was season 2 episode 1, my favorite go to, literally. Like it just never gets old. But those in terms of comedy, that's what I watch. Oh, what about you, El? What since I have the high blood pressure, what do you suggest to get my blood pumping even more? Like what? Yeah.
So for me, I like I said, I like action. The more killing and like fight scenes and blowing up stuff, like the more the better. I love all of it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't like Michael Bay. I like Michael Bay because explosions are like a big deal, especially if they're great and timed and the story is halfway decent. Like, it's super awesome. So I mean, I don't know. I watch a lot of action. I think the only thing this year that I didn't watch that wasn't either action or anime was a movie called Juanita. Now, the only reason why I watched it is because I saw something about it on Facebook, and I was just like, huh. It was more like like a drama comedy, maybe. Well, not even gonna say it was a comedy, but it's like a dramedy. I don't know. It's drama, but I wasn't really into it, but I watched it, so there's that. But yeah, no, I really like all the action, all of the fight scenes, and I watch a lot of anime too. So there's some. So Netflix, the one thing I like about Netflix is that with these, with their movies and stuff, they actually open the platform for a lot of people to come on, new directors, new writers to come on and do shows. And so you get to see a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't see anywhere else. The downside to that is, of course, as you know, as we see here, they usually only keep it for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then they end up canceling it or whatever, because I think after that initial exposure, they let them, jump to bigger platforms to kind of get their name out there and things like that. So, but in doing that, saying you get to watch a lot of fresh new stuff that's on here. So like we talked about with uh I can't even think right now with we talked about with Polar, right? I would have never seen anything like Polar. I mean, it didn't come out in the movies. It was a straight Netflix film. It's really good, but I just probably if I didn't have Netflix, I probably would have never seen it. So it's just kind of, I mean, I like that aspect of it. So there's a lot of new action stuff that goes on. So it's just, I love all that. And then of course they got So Netflix is also doing like brand new animes too. So it's like Netflix makes their own animes, and so it's just kind of like now you're starting to see different stories where of course hardcore anime fans, of course you can watch Castlevania or Brotherhood. Alchemist Brotherhood and all that kind of stuff, or you can see all that stuff, Bleach and all that, but then you get stuff like newer stuff like the new Baki that just came out. I mean, like just crazy new stuff that you can see on Netflix. So I mean, like I said, fight scenes, anime, blowing up, killing people. Call me. Hey.
So, what are some of your favorite shows, LGZ?
Whoo, where do I start? You want anime or you want action?
All
of it. All of it.
Give us what you got.
Okay, so I don't know if so. One of the things that I've watched, and I've probably watched it like 3-4 times, is the Love, Death, and Robots. Yeah, and
I need to watch that show. Like I hear so much about it.
Yes. So I think it is. I think so. For me, when I first watched it, it reminds me. It's like it reminded me of Black Mirror. But it's like Black Mirror on like Black Mirror anime on steroids. And so it's like I know, and it's kind of like there used to be an anime show way back in the gap that used to be like the same thing, but it's for me, I just feel like it's a little bit different. And it's kind of got the same concept, saying different stories, but it's all animated and it's all like really crazy. But I like it because some of the anime in this is like it almost looks like real life. Like you sometimes you're thinking, man, is this really anime or whatever? So it's like it's really good. The visuals are awesome. The stories are great. I mean, I love that. And so I've watched that a few times. Let me see what else. I'm also, oh man, I watched so much on Netflix. I'm trying to think. Well, the Baki show. So I watched Baki, and so Baki is not new. However, Netflix did remake a new version of it and a new story, and it came in 2 parts. So you had like maybe 12 or 15 episodes or 20 episodes or something per each part or something like that. It was actually really good. I was kind of like not thinking about like, I had never seen Baki before I saw it on Netflix. So then of course when I saw it on Netflix, I was like, man, this is good. And so then I was trying to like go back and see all the other ones that they used to have on there. But I mean, they really did really good with the storyline, with the plot, with the violence, with the, the fighting. Like it was really good. I was actually watching another one last night. I don't remember the name of it. It's also straight from Netflix anime. I mean, like really, really good. I mean, you just, it's really good. So I kind of like how anime is progressing, I guess, and saying with their storylines, with the plots, with the artwork and everything. So I really like that. So I'm just kind of, I'm kind of getting into it a little bit more. And then let me think. I'm trying to think of a real show that I've watched on here. Besides Black Mirror, of course, I watched the new season of Black Mirror, but I'm trying to think. There's so much stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to keep rambling because I can't for hours and hours. But I mean, there's a lot of different shows that are on there, and so if you guys get a chance to watch it, if you guys have Netflix, saying definitely watch. And I mean, I know that there are other platforms besides Netflix, Amazon Prime, and like Hulu and stuff, and they also have good shows. But man, I don't think when it comes to like new and fresh and saying popping stuff, I don't think you can get any better than Netflix, only because of the way the platform is designed to help it, get new
I agree.
stuff out.
You hear that, Netflix? Sponsor us. Like, seriously, you got true fangirls here, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of, okay, now I got a question for you.
Yes.
Also, Miao Yin, since you do both things. Okay, do you guys like crime series, dramas, that type of stuff? Are you guys into that?
I like crime dramas. So,
okay.
Well, this isn't on Netflix. It's on Hulu and.
Well, I got one for Netflix for you. I got one. I really want to know what you guys think. So, it's a Philippine one. Normally, I don't see Philippine anything that reaches here because most of our stuff is like corny and romantic, really sappy romantic stuff. So uh amo, it's spelled AMO, which means boss in Filipino. It's about the drug world. And because I could actually watch this without reading the subtitles, I was watching it like this, like for real, like this, and I had to pause it because it was like my aunties were being killed and my uncles were being killed. Like, no, tita. Like, I really would have to like pause it. And Darian, my husband, he's all like, okay, it's not that bad, but I liked it. Yeah. So I want to know what you guys think. It's called Amo. It actually opened my eyes because the Philippines currently is under a drug war, where in real life, they do extrajudicial killings, meaning they shoot and then they don't, there's no process. It's like, okay, well, the police are killing people. So I hear about it in the news, but they actually made it, it came to life to me in this crime series drama. And when I went to like IMDb rather, and I was looking it up, like what do other people think, they literally took news stories per episode. It was like you could see the actual inspiration if you just read this news story for this one and this news story for that one. So I was like, dang, yeah, I don't know.
It was like a Law and Order type story kind of thing, because Law and Order does that. They take stories from the headlines and make a show. Okay. So it's kind of like that without,
or is it like,
I guess,
or is it like a Law and Order mixed with Narcos, because that's what it sounds
more
like.
It sounded like Narcos at first, but then the headline part took me to Law and Order.
Both. You get to see both sides play out.
Okay.
Yeah, you get to see both sides play out. You get to see the corruption, and it was good. And I was like, wow, Philippines, okay, because I thought this was gonna be sappy. I was like, oh, Amo is gonna be a jolly old boss. Started playing it. I'm like, oh my. Okay, so I want to know what you guys think next time. I'll ask you guys next time. But yeah,
we can watch some of this stuff and then have an update another time, and see if our opinions on these things.
One more thing. I'm sorry, one more thing.
No, go ahead. I was about
so there's this one show that I have kind of been watching that's really good. Also, it's like it's got David Letterman. I think it's called My Next Guest with David Letterman.
Yeah.
And he like goes and talks to people. So I was initially drawn to this because someone was like, hey, did you see the one where he interviewed Kanye? I was like, nope. Let me go watch. That's actually a good show.
I'm gonna watch that episode. Okay.
I've seen a couple of episodes. The first one I saw obviously was the one with Barack Obama, because I think that was the first one. But I was just like, look at you, David Letterman. You got to do the late night stuff, and it's actually interesting. So I like it. It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's interesting. I just don't. Okay, so I will say this. This is my only gripe with the show. I hate that goddamn beard. Oh my gosh, I hate it. It just. I don't like it.
He had to have a different look. He's in his retirement, phase now. So that's his new look. That's his new,
Yeah. Elder hipster. Is it?
I mean, yeah, I guess it's his. That's a thing now. The beards, it's not going away. So you're gonna get some fine men with beards, and you're gonna get David Letterman. So that's how it goes. Shout out to David Letterman. Nothing.
Sponsor us.
Yeah. Hashtag beard. We mentioned your beard. Okay, so yeah. He kind of got that like Santa-ish. Yeah,
but it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess.
He kind of looks like the Santa you don't want to sit on the lap on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay. Like, oh no, because I'm looking at pictures. Like, okay, well, I'm just saying, because it's like it's not down here. It's like a whole. It's a whole like.
It's a Floridian Santa. There you go.
He's just walking around like this, right? So he's just.
Yeah. That's like spider face or like tentacle face.
Okay.
That's a mess.
Like tentacle face.
Wow.
Sorry, that's where my mind went to.
No, no worries, no worries, no worries. We talked about hentai. I guess we can talk about tentacles too. It's okay. Okay. Anyway.
I'm not touching that
So
one.
Mao Yin, like, what are your shows? Because you're asking us, and you're like not telling us your stuff. So what's up with your stuff?
So my favorite shows, like I bounce between the different streaming services, but like for new shows and stuff, like original programming, I really like what Netflix is doing. And so I'll start off with the least exciting to most people, and that is The Final Table, which is a cooking show.
Ooh.
And it's like all these chefs who are like the best chef in their area or in their field or their type of cuisine. They're all like in this competition and they're all from all over the world. They're in this competition to be like at the final table. So they start off as teams, and as it dwindles down, like it goes to like the final couple of people. And there's judges also. Like every week there's a different country, and there's judges from all these different countries as well. Like they're like food critics, comedian or food critics, like what are entertainers, and then people who have just been in the culinary business, like judging them. And some countries are really hard on their own people. So like, for example, the British folks were like hard on the British people who are in the competition. They were just like, that you're supposed to like, and also like the French cook, like they were like really hard on the French cook that was there, because they're just like, this cuisine, you're supposed to be da 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 da. So it was really interesting to me.
That's cool.
It's a good show to watch if you like cooking shows. Like I should have said this yesterday, but I have a guilty pleasure for cooking shows because they're just interesting to me. I like to cook too. So that is one. Being the nerd that I am, Bill Nye Saves the World is on my list because I think it is a underrated show that is on Netflix that is fun. We all grew up with, well, not all of us, but a lot of folks grew up with Bill Nye the Science Guy, and now we're all adults. And, there's another show with Bill Nye Saves the World. And, Bill Nye is like the bee's knees. So check it out. It's a good
cool.
show.
I like to show the 90s, and I believe when he saves the world, like, how long are the episodes? I'm just curious.
I think that they're like maybe a little over 30 minutes. They're not a whole hour or anything like that.
Okay.
They're pretty short.
Okay, cool.
Let me see. Because I had it on the TV. So they're like 30 something minutes. Like they're really short. So it's not as short as the 15-minute shows, but yeah. I mean, 30 minutes is manageable without a commercial,
Yeah.
And from that, I go to Patriot Act, which is with Hassan Minaj, who used to be on The Daily Show. Mm-hmm. And now he has his own show. And he talks about all these different topics. He talked about Amazon. He talked about Supreme. He talks about certain countries and what they're doing. Like he does a deep dive into these conversations, and it's like informational. He's funny. He's good looking. So it's all fun. It's all fun for me. Also, Umbrella Academy. I love that show. I don't think it's like a hidden gem. Maybe some people have seen it, maybe they haven't, but I know as a nerd, I watched it, and that was a really good show. It blew me away because sometimes, when people hype things up, I'm one of those people who are just like, I'll catch it eventually, I don't really rush to go watch it. But this one I was like, all right, well, superpowers and superhero stuff, so let me out. And I was like, I need season 2 yesterday because I need to watch it.
So let me ask you a question, because I have heard a lot of things about the Umbrella Company. The Umbrella. Yeah, that one. Sorry. I just lost my train of thought. But
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, the Umbrella Academy. So I'm just like wondering, like, is it kind of like a? Would you kind of put in the like maybe like a, like a school, like the school, like the Xavier School or whatever, just like something that could be kind of
No,
like that, or like it's totally different.
it's it's totally different because these children didn't like they weren't out in the world and then like as children or teenagers or young adults and then go to the school. They were born and it was already known that they had these special powers, and like this quirky weird ass like rich guy started the school, and they like raised as brothers and sisters, and it's crazy.
So I also heard that Mary J. Blige is on this show. Is
She
that
is,
correct?
and she kicks 100% ass. I loved her in that show.
What? She's in the show. Okay, I'm definitely watching
Mary
that.
J. Blige is in this show, and she was phenomenal.
Does she sing? Does she go, I'm going down? No.
Nope, no
Okay.
singing. But I was like, you know what? I have Mary J. Blige. I am watching these hours with Mary J. Blige, and she ain't sang a tune, and I am thoroughly entertained and enthralled with her performance.
That's
Like,
I don't think I've ever seen her act in anything. That's why I was just like, I was trying to understand what her role was on the show.
Is not a good guy.
She's not a good guy. Okay. Well, okay, now I want to see it now.
She is not a good guy, and I loved it.
Villain.
Okay.
Mary J. Blige, the villain. All
So
right.
it's really good. Like that is one thing that Umbrella Academy, I highly, 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 highly recommend it because it was so good. It really was, and man, I can I can talk about it all. What is her name? She's a very she's an actress and she's an activist, and to describe her, most people would say like, oh, she's like kind of plain, she's kind of monotone, and I cannot remember her name. Man, it's gonna bother me, but she's in this film or she's in this TV show, and people complain that she was like monotone, but it totally fit the character. And by the end of the show, you're just like, oh, okay. So it was like one of those things, and oh man, it's really gonna bother me. I can't think of her name. Ellen Page.
Oh, yeah, Juno lady, Juno girl, Juno. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
All right.
Ellen Page is in it, and like I said, like folks are like, "Oh, she's nah." She was good. She was.
Well, I'm actually happy to see her because I haven't, I don't think. I mean, I know she's been in a couple movies, but I haven't really seen a whole lot of buzz about Ellen Page in a while.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that she's back, and doing some stuff because I thought she's a great actress. She just looks really young, and I think she probably still looks really young. But I don't know. But I haven't seen her in a while, so I'm interested now because I didn't know she was in it. I just knew about Mary J. Blige, but
Mary J. did her thing in the movie. I was like, look at you, Mary. Go.
I got a quick question about the cooking show, the Final Table one. Is it like the Hunger Games meets a cooking show? Is it kind of like that? I'm just trying to picture it.
I mean, kind of, but so they're also like they're given like these like with every country they have a type of food that they have to make, and of course they put their own spin on it and all this kind of stuff. And it's safe. You're like, you either are safe or you're on the table kind of thing. And if you're on the table, you have to cook for the final table. So that's every episode. And for the final table, they're given one ingredient that it has to be like the center of their dish.
Okay.
And then it's like they get ripped apart by like this celebrity chef from whatever country is up.
So I think I saw that. I think I saw something like that, but I didn't know what the name of it was. But it was based in the U.S. though, and they were like cooking barbecue, and it was like a guy from Kentucky and a chick from Memphis, and like somebody from Texas, and then there was like one guy from New York.
I know it's similar. It's similar to that show. I think I know you. I think I've seen that show on the Food Network. which also might be on Netflix because they put a bunch of stuff on Netflix too.
Okay.
Okay.
But this one is international.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So because there's this team, I will tell you my favorite team is I don't know where the other girl is from. I don't remember. But I remember it's a team of two women, and one of them is Indian, and I just remember because the episode of India, like she was like sweating, like I was worried for her. That one had me on the edge of my seat. I will just say that much. That episode had me on the edge of my seat, and I was screaming at the TV like it was a football game or something. It brings you on in there. It brings you on in there. It's a good show.
What other food shows? I've been watching Street Food lately. I only watched a few episodes, but have you guys seen that one yet?
That's on Netflix?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Street Food yet.
Ooh.
Well, what do they do at Street Food?
They eat all the street food. I don't know. Like I was just there like, ooh, like I want to put that in my mouth. I want to put that in my mouth. Like literally, I've had the privilege of going to Thailand 2 years ago, and the street food there is phenomenal. Mango sticky rice for the win, guys. If anyone goes, mango sticky rice.
I love mango sticky rice. It's like my favorite thing to get every time I go to any kind of Thai anything.
Yes. So
I love it.
So I just watched the thing, and I'm just like, ooh, okay. I mean, it's pretty good. Like I only watched a couple episodes, but it's my favorite. I need to watch more, but yeah.
So do they go to different like locations, like countries?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Like it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yes.
Have to check it out. So, ladies, as we wrap up, is there any other shows that you guys would like to mention for our viewers?
Let's see. Honorable mention, of course. So Stranger Things 3 is out now.
Of course.
So,
which I still haven't watched, unfortunately.
What?
Me too. I have yet to watch it.
Like I need that music right now, like that music.
Sorry.
I haven't watched it.
Why haven't you watched this? This is like, I mean, if you guys haven't even seen no episodes, so no episodes at all is what you're saying. You've not seen.
No, I haven't seen season 3.
I haven't seen any episodes.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, please don't say that. So yeah, so season 3 is out. I haven't started watching it yet because I haven't just had a whole lot of time to like watch right now. So shout out to that. Also shout out Orange is the New Black is now, the new season is now out. This is the final season.
I'm scared to watch it because I really hated the last season. The end of the last season pissed me off. Like I was like, I ain't never watching this show again. Pissed me off the last episode.
Wow.
So I'm like really like, and I know this is the last season. So I'm like, oh boy.
I'm gonna have to catch up. I haven't seen past season 2. I gotta catch up. That's like, what is this, season 7, right?
Season 7, and y'all, the whole season, the whole season 6 had me in my feelings, but that last episode, I almost wrote a letter to my senator.
Okay.
Yeah, I was mad.
So I haven't watched. I think I got to season 2 and then I stopped watching it because it just started getting kind of crazy, and I was like, okay. But I know it's like 7 seasons. I'll have to catch up, just like I did Breaking Bad. Or
I'll say it's like this from season 2 and beyond. It's up and down, and yeah.
Okay, and then of course, Money Heist is back on Netflix. So I've just started kind of looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, actually, literally, I think that's my first time I looked at the episode was yesterday. And I'm still not sure about the premise of the show, but it looks pretty good so far. So that's one I want to mention. Also, I also like Kung Fu movies. I should probably say that as well. And so I have watched Ip Man 1, 2, and 3 over the last 3 days. So, you know, there's that. And I can't wait for the 4th one to get on Netflix. So, you know, there's that. And of course, shout out because they're still playing Breaking Bad. They're still playing Parks and Rec, and also that's a comedy show. But I watched a couple episodes. It's funny, but I'm not. That's like the only one. But also, you guys, The Office. I know The Office has been on there for a long, long time, but I think this year or next year it goes off on Netflix. So
Yeah.
if you ever wanted to watch The Office, guys, you should definitely watch it now while it's on
Do it.
Netflix because next year it will no longer be there and it's not coming back. So I'm kind of sad about that, but other than that, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. On YouTube, Mavis Gaming says, "Do you watch China Illinois from Adult Swim?" Yes, girl. Yes, yes. We love that. I do anyway. So even though it's not Netflix, but yes, I love it.
Yes. So one thing that Netflix is doing, like Adobo Girl had mentioned earlier, like having more Filipino content and other stuff, like they are having like more international original
Oh,
shows
yeah.
and just
Yes.
their movies and stuff and all. Well, to begin with, like I've realized that they have like a lot of Bollywood movies on there. They have a lot of Nollywood movies, so it's like the Nigerian stuff.
Yes.
And it was like a couple months in a row, I was just like watching Nigerian movies, and another month I was just watching like movies from Bollywood, and I was like, this is amazing. And they obviously have different like video quality than we do here in the United States and in certain places in Europe, but their stories are interesting as all get out. Get out.
I believe it.
So if you want to watch some international stuff, they have some good international programming and movies on Netflix.
Yes, I cannot stand. I cannot back you up. I can't talk. I agree with you. It's so diverse. It's so diverse. I would have not known Amo, like that show, if it wasn't for Netflix. There's another. Speaking of honorable mentions, there's Kim's Convenience. I haven't watched it yet, but it really looks interesting. It's about Asian American family running a convenience store. The next two are gonna be so biased. It's all Asian things. Okay, so that Jokoi, he's a really good stand-up comedian. Physical humor. I like his shows. Jokoi, much love to you. And what you call it? Riding in cars, the one where comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yes, comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yes,
My husband loves that show with
Isn't that Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah.
That show.
Yeah.
And it's all these different comedians from like all over like the comedy spectrum, and it's funny. It's pretty funny. One show that we mentioned briefly but didn't actually talk about is Black Mirror. Do you ladies watch Black Mirror?
Faithfully.
I saw one episode that made me like cringe, not cringe in a bad way, but made me think about my life choices. The episode where you rate the other person, I was like, oh, let me get off Instagram for a minute. It was
wow.
Yeah.
Like it was. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a lot of them, and yeah. By the way, do not do Bandersnatch. Do not do it.
It takes forever.
Don't do it.
It takes forever. I did it. It takes forever. If you like to forever
ruin your life.
So no, all I'm saying is that I'm saying do it because it's like Bandersnatch is like so crazy. It's because it's like I watched it the first time and I did the choices, and then I watched it the second time and I did the opposite choices. Then I watched it the third time and I mixed that up. It was awesome. Awesome.
It's forever. It's good. It's good, but it's forever. It's forever.
Right. But the only thing I don't like about it is that some of the plot lines that go off and are like super crazy, they just end, and it's just like, wait. Yeah. I want to see where this goes. Like that's the only thing I didn't like about Bandersnatch. So
I didn't like
Netflix, if you guys are listening. You didn't what?
I didn't like the end. Like like the end. I was just like, how very M. Night Shyamalan of you. How dare you?
I can get behind that statement.
Yes.
So that's why I said it'll ruin your life. But I'm being dramatic. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. So yeah. Well, our next segment, and it's for all of you guys all of you folks out here in the listening audience, if you want to go to a Comic-Con this weekend or any type of convention this weekend, we have a list for you. So, Comic-Cons this week are so August 1st through 4th, we have Relay FX in Pittsburgh. August 2nd through 4th, we have Animazing in Davenport. Is that Iowa? Jeez,
Yep.
Yeah.
I am so okay. I'm like, then also there's the Tampa Bay Comic Convention at the Tampa Convention Center in Tampa, Florida. Comic-Con Honolulu, which is fantastic. I wish I could go to that one.
I know. Me also. I would also like to go to this one as well.
All right, I need a little help with this next one. I do not know how to pronounce that correctly, and I would not like to butcher it. But if we have any Canadian,
let us butcher this together.
look, Miss CocaCon and Bracebridge Memorial Arena in Bracebridge, Ontario, Canada.
So let me just say this really quick. Like I love that we've got a lot of more international cons that are coming up on the list. I love that it's going global. That's cool. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
I love like international any and everything. So August 3rd through 4th, you have Big Lick Comic-Con and
I don't even want to ask. Like I'm just like, okay.
In Roanoke,
Big
Virginia. Yeah, so I'm a child. And so anyway, we're moving on. Bell Country Comic-Con in Belton, Texas. And August 4th, the NEO Comic-Con Soccer Sportsplex in North Olmsted, Ohio. Finally, we have the Madison Comic-Con in Madison, Wisconsin. And I also remember that there is something big going on this weekend in Las Vegas with video games. For the life of me, I can't remember the name. And it is Evo Fighting Championships in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you guys want to watch that, I know it will be televised. And yes, that is our upcoming events and cons this week. Ladies, any last thoughts from before we go and let our wonderful audience enjoy their week and weekend?
Netflix rules, but I also like Amazon Prime and Hulu. It's been some cool stuff. Guys, if you can stream, like if you have time to stream, it doesn't matter what platform you do, try to find like the original shows, man. They're getting better and better. I will say, like I said earlier, Netflix is kind of the better platform because they're giving more opportunities to newer writers. But guys, stream away, have fun.
Mm-hmm. I second that. Netflix, thank you for spoiling me. I can't stand commercials now. I listen to a commercial, I'm just like, stop it. So thank you for spoiling me first, Netflix. # sponsor us. We got 3 fangirls right here. This episode is just for you, Netflix. So just know we can do a follow-up. So that's my final thoughts, Netflix. We love you. I love you. So yeah, there you go.
We love everybody who has come and watched our show today. We love Netflix, and we also love fandom and being fangirls. So thank you for joining us, and keep it freaking nerdy. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.